Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all? I'm a little bit late today. Apologies. I was watching The Mandalorian. No spoilers, but God, I love that show. So, anyway, there we go. So, no spoilers. Right. So today, what are we going to do? We are going to continue with leveling the troll, the Zandalari troll. We tried something a little bit different yesterday. There was a report that prior to yesterday or the day before, the quickest leveling route was considered to be that you do Warlords of Draenor. Now, what is considered the quickest route is you do some of Warlords of Draenor, then you go into the Eastern Kingdoms to do a few zones there, and then you go back to Warlords of Draenor. We've been testing this the last couple of days, just trying to level up the alts. Just to add to some variety, really, more than anything else. And what have we found? We found that the average player, there's not going to be a huge amount of difference, to be quite honest. So, obviously, my Druid alt here is level 42, and we need to get them to 50. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more characters to get to level 50, which sounds like a lot, but we've kind of been doing them slowly, doing a bit of different zones. We've tried Legion content, we've tried Pandaria. Don't think I've done that on stream though, because it's very, very laggy. We've tried Warlords of Draenor content, just mixing it all up. And the plan is to have a whole bunch of alts ready for the next expansion, so that we can use them for farming old content for mounts and things that we can sell. Also to keep us entertained while we're waiting for the expansion, let's be honest. Play with the new allied races, try out different classes, all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into the game. He says, and doesn't do it properly. There we go. Right. One day I'm going to get that transition smooth. And the problem is at the moment is that I have like Streamlabs set up on one screen, I've Warcraft on the other. So I have to click enter game and then click change the transition. And I have to move from one screen to the other. And there's a slight delay as well. And I've got unspent talent points, it's told me. That's interesting. Right. So. I don't know what I'm clicking here. Let's do it here. What the hell? Oh, this is... I've also updated my Tuck UI. So I'm probably not able to find anything at the moment. Is that there? Oh, okay. This is new. Okay. Right. Oh, I've got several here. Right. So what I am going to do, and you can't see this because I haven't, with all my fancy transitions and graphics and things like that, I don't know how to share a browser window at the moment. So there we go. You'll just have to pretend. Imagine in your head that I'm on another screen, looking at the website Icy Veins, trying to find information. So, Guardian Druid. No. I'm looking at... There we go. Classes. If you ever go to Icy Veins, there's like two parts. There's one that talks about Shadowlands, and there is another one that actually talks about classes. And the classes one just basically gives you information on what talents are. They've done this new thing as well, where you can go in and you can select what level and it tell you what's the best talents. But to be quite honest, I don't want to change my talents as I'm going up. So what they are saying, and you can see this better than me, is that level 15, because I'm having to alt tab, is Brambles. That's considered the best. They said level 25 use Wild Charge, but I'm using that Renew quite heavily, so I'm going to keep that. Restoration Affinity. What does that do? Abilities associated with your chosen affinity are substantially empowered for 45 seconds. Bear form gives you an additional 20% stamina. Multiple uses of Iron Fur may overlap, and Frenzy Regeneration has 2 charges. I don't understand all of that, but the bit that I did here was I've lost where I'm looking now. Here we go. Restoration. The fact that it ups my stamina. So that's restoration affinity for that. So next level, 35. I don't know. Heart of the Wild, they reckon. Abilities associated with your chosen affinity are substantially empowered for 45 seconds. Bear form gives you an additional... Is this the same? Oh, that was Heart of the Wild. There we go. Restoration affinity. It heals you for 3% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. Okay. So, there we go. Heart of the Wild. Helps if I click or hover over the right thing. And then it's saying for level 40, go for Galactic Guardian. Your damage has 5% chance to trigger on free automatic moonfire on that target. Okay. Just see what the others do. Improved bear form that grants the benefits of Berserk with Mangle hit more last 8 seconds. Mangle generates 5%. I don't. The problem I have here, I'm going to be absolutely honest, is I don't play this class enough to really understand what difference it will make. So, but you know, that's, as I say, this is one of the joys of playing alts, is that you get a taste of what the class is like, but you don't actually get to play the class itself, or you know, not into the detailed way that you would normally do. Right, so let's go into flight form. That's good transmog. Did you see that? So literally, he's got the flying dark unicorn, whatever it's called, and they've got matching warblades. Is it warblades? I don't know. I've had a busy morning this morning. I've been out and about, and I am absolutely just got back, had some lunch, watched The Mandalorian. I'm absolutely knackered, so you'll have to forgive me for being a little bit derpy. There we go. Right, so we are going to fly back to where we need to go. So yesterday, I will show you on the map. I did experiment with this on another character last night, but it was quite late, so I didn't get a lot of time. I did get about a level. Because one of the things I did say was that whilst this doesn't seem that much faster, it might be because, you know, I'm kind of not used to it. As in, you know, I've kind of... whereas, like, Frostfire, I've run, like, 15 times... Well, it feels like 15 times. Probably isn't far off, actually. But I kind of know, oh, it's that quest. I know where that is. Oh, I know exactly what I need to do for that and things like this. I can't rely on Azeroth Autopilot because they don't believe they've patched that in yet. So one of the things they did say in this is the video that they published on Wowhead, and it is there, was that the rares were worth doing. And I did experiment with this last night, and there were actually rares up, although for some reason they're not showing on the minimap. I'm hoping. Something I would have also advised, and this is like going to be obvious to everybody, but I don't do it, is that obviously as you level up, you see there's 7,000, you actually do get quite a bit of stuff from them. But my advice is as you level up, be aware of your talents. Don't be like me. The reason I say that is because is that, like, sometimes when you're feeling like it's a little bit crap, like you're really struggling to kill stuff, sometimes it's because that has been kind of optimized Why am I... Why is it going to... There's some real bugs here, because I should be able to go into flight mode. There we go. I go into flight mode there, but not there. This one's not here. Yeah, if you don't sort of optimise your... don't do your talents, because the game is kind of optimised for those talents, what you find happens is that if you're struggling a bit, it's probably... Oh yeah, here we go. We'd picked these guys up earlier. If you were wondering who these characters are, these are sort of like part of the... I'm trying to remember what they are, but did I get that? Yeah. Oh, they did it. Cool.
My inventory is full.
Oh, what am I doing? I should have... Something I should have done was empty my bags a little bit. I need a mailbox. Another elite there.
I am out of range. My inventory is full.
Right, we need to find a post box. Because... it's mail anyway. Yeah, the reason we need to find a mailbox is because these mats, this is the problem, because like various things have happened. Oh look, that's my swimming form. I'd not seen that before. What the hell? I really am not a fan of the Zandalari forms. Let's get that. Right, we're going to go to the Sepulchre and use the mailbox. So, little tip for you. I need to do some work on this going forward, but what I've done in the past is mailbox. Here we go. So you've got a load of characters, and so you have a load of characters, and what you can do is, if you know what you're doing, you've got friends who play the game, you can... Sorry, I'm trying to remember who to... What you can do is you can set up... for all your alts, you can set up guild banks. It basically involves sort of asking your friends to sign up to your guild. So I think you need 5 characters to sign up for it to work. This is So what you then do is you have your alts with different professions, and then you also have a guild bank for each of them as well. So, for example, National Elf is my jewel crafter. And I don't know why I've sent the stuff. Well, I know why I've sent the stuff there, but there's a reason for it. But let's just say, for example, National Elf has a guild bank. They're in a guild of one. Pure guild of them. But they use their guild bank to store ore. Right? And, you know, you could just say all ore, or you could just say drain ore, or you can split this up however you want. So what you then do is that all your characters will automatically send, so like I've done there, I've gone, right, okay, so like my cooking materials. Ickle Pickle, which is my rogue, is keeps all my cooking mats. They've got a guild bank. They're the only person in that guild. And literally, whenever I get any any cooking mats, I send it to them. So what happens is every so often I'll log into that character and I'll go to their, you know, mailbox, and they'll have loads of all my alts just sending them stuff. So they go, fine, great, and they just put them all into the guild bank. And then when it comes to, oh, okay, we've got something that needs certain reagents. Oh, okay, that's a cooking reagent. I mean, typically in Warcraft, cooking reagents are just used for cooking, but you do get some weird circumstances where to make something, you have something that comes from an alchemist and something that comes from, you know, a different blacksmith and things like that. It is fairly rare, but by doing that, you've organised all your materials. So it means that if you go, oh, look, I need, in order to complete this typical one, is on, if you're an engineer and you make the Mechanahog, which is like the motorcycle, you need some fur. So instead of going, oh, you know, going off the auction house and buying it overpriced, or going, do you know what, one of my characters looted some of that and I don't know where it is, what you can do is you can go, right, it would have gone to my tailor's bank, guild bank. You log on your tailor, you get to their guild bank, you go in and you go, okay, there we go, I've got the stuff. And like, for example, if you need to, oh, you don't do bandages anymore, but if you needed to do linen, what you do is, you know, something with linen, maybe you're leveling an alt profession. Oh, okay, it needs a load of linen cloth. Well, instead of trying to find between all your characters, I'm listening to this. I can see your notes, Simon. Yeah. But not paying much, Adrian. I'm watching you play Twitch, but not paying that much attention. Just hoping to boost your stats. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But anyway, so yes. So what you will do is, all your linen will be in one place. So you still may have to buy some, but instead of going, oh, I spent all that money, I actually had a stack of 20 on another character. You've got them all together. And instead of also, in terms of inventory management, having 5 linen here on that character and another 3 on another character, you basically keep all your stacks together. Oh, they seem to be...
Target something first.
Right, so we are close to the end of this zone, and I can't... What we've got to do, we have got to torch a few places, rescue a few troopers. That would be one there. Oh, well, that didn't really work too well, did it? There's one there. What the hell? There we go. Try and do these early, because what I sometimes find is that I'll go into a area. Oh. Get to the end and find I've still got like 15 to do. There we go, so that's that. Do. Oh, there we go. Another scout. Yeah, so I don't think playing this character has really done a lot to convince me that I should main a druid. Not that that was likely to be an option, but yeah. Oh, no. But I have to say, playing Balance Guardian even, I'm quite enjoying playing Guardian for a druid.
I do not have a target.
Right. Oh, we've got to burn some places down now. Right, so that's the chapel. Is it a chapel? Doesn't really look like a chapel to me, but there we go. Do you see any more of these cowering ones? Is that a cowering one in there? Yeah.
I must be closer.
That one done. I hate it when they like walk behind you because you think, oh,
I require a target.
yeah, thought you were doing it properly, and then suddenly you realise that you're facing the wrong way. That's one of the quests done. We need to get 2 more carrying troopers, and now 1 more. One more scout. Can we see any more? Is that one in there?
I am forsaken. Too far away.
Right, so that's 1 done. 3 done. We've done everything. Right, so now go into flight mode. And well, actually, let's... They're with us, and they've given us the quest. Oh god, they've got them as well. So there we go. There we go. See, I was going to go back, but I thought if they're with us and they're giving us the
I need to target something first.
So what we got to do here? We got to kill the general. Yeah, was it? Druid was your main when you played. Yeah, I mean, I like the. There's some stuff to like about druids. Oh gosh, they were they're quite versatile, and you know, so you can play them as tanks, you can play them as healers, you can play them as DPS. Wow, this is really hitting me hard. And I seem to be being healed, but I think that's by my Yeah, that's by my entourage. Oh god, there's even more joining in. I seem to have lost my entourage. Have they died in the process? This one is taking a really long time to kill. Right, I need to heal. Heal. Wow. Okay, this is... I'm dead. There we go. Well, yep. That didn't go too good, did it? And I've got a long run back. Yeah, rip. To be fair, this is why I play playing tanky characters, because you can just charge in and kill stuff and not die that often. Although, yeah. There we go. That boss though is really hard. I think you're supposed to kill him with the aid of the sort of 3 undead that you've risen. But there were so many mobs coming in that it basically negated that. Oh look, there's other people coming in. It's always a good sign.
I do not have a target.
There we go. He's going for the guy as well.
I am out of range.
That's the only, as I say, one of the few downsides with playing tanky characters is when you come to kill stuff, especially if they get hit. What are the 4 bars at the top of the screen? The 4 bars at the top of the screen are a Twitch, what's known as a Twitch overlay. So basically, they are not part of Warcraft. They're part of my stream. Oh, there's even more joining in. See, where were you guys 10 minutes ago? So they basically show, like,
A target.
who's the last person. Look at all these question marks. There's 4, some of these are mine, but I don't know which ones. There we go. That, and we need to do something else. No, there's something back there we need to do. So, yes. So basically, they're like, who's the last person to subscribe to the stream? If anybody donated any money to the stream, subscribe to the stream, things like that. So I think it's, I can't remember what order it's in because my, if I try, I'm going to end up screwing it around. So, oh, I've gone past where I need to go. Where do I need? Right.
Target something first.
So I've got to find. He's a pen. Okay. Oh, it must be in the crocodiles, is it? Yeah. So I got to kill crocodiles to find the bits.
I do not have a target.
So I think I can even test it. So, like for example, if somebody, no, I don't think it. I'm playing with stuff, then I'm going to break it. I'm going to end up breaking the widgets and all things like that I've got. They're dead. They're dead. We need crocodiles. There's one there.
Too far away. must get closer. I am out of range. Too far away. I do not have a target.
So we have dinged, which is good. And everybody else seems to have gone, so, which probably means these things are really easy. Oh, we've got 2 crocodiles. Here we go, crocodilisks. There we go, one of the things. We've got his appendages. Oh, we had already got his giblets. Oh, always good to know. And there we go, we've done it. So, where have we got to go? It says 300 yards that way. But that might be something else. Let me have a look. No, that is the one that we need to do. The reason I am double checking something I have just realised is that when I fly, my little undead army is picking up all the mobs on the way, so I have to fight my way through. Yeah, these are really hard. Why is everything... I'm dead again. Why is that? Well, let's have a look. So one of the things I have said is that on all my other characters, my level has matched my item level. And my item level is massively lower. The leather. Oh, can't do that when dead. Oh, that's just bonkers. There we go. There they go. That's the only good thing about dying is I bring these back. I think these are basically scaled. These are scaled so that you've got the 3 extra mobs, I think. I think that's why when they die... Right, come on.
I must get closer.
So I am deliberately going around the outside now here, trying to take these out. Because what I don't want to do is if I'm then tackling a boss, is that they then run into a mob. Which will probably happen anyway, but, you know, at least I've made some effort to try and stop that from happening. So I've still got all 3. And I think it's that one I want.
I cannot attack that. I cannot attack that target. I cannot attack that. I cannot attack that target.
Okay, so what happens? So as you may have noticed yesterday, this content is from Cataclysm. It was put in the game in Cataclysm, and as a result, some of the age is showing in it. So it's over a 10 years old, I think. Cataclysm, yeah, it must be. And as a result, you have like these long RP here. So, like, right, we now have to kill them, but we've kind of been waiting for. She hits hard. Right, let's try and drag her out of the way. I'm trying to do it so that if she does have like an area of effect, it's not hitting the trio. See, this is why I was clearing out a little bit earlier, because I didn't want her to run into somebody else. Fuck's sake, don't go that way. Trying to drag her back, because if I drag her, if she goes too far, there's a chance she might despawn. There we go, we've captured her. Hurrah! Where do we have to go for that? Right. Back to the camp. So, do you know what? Screw you guys. I'm just going to fly straight there. And if you drag a load of mobs back, well, that's your decision. So I think this is very close to the end of this zone. So I think the next thing is probably going to tell us to go to Shadowfang Keep, which is a dungeon, which I'm not going to be doing. So we can get a ring. So I've got a level 38 and a level 36. So there's two here. There's intellect stamina and agility stamina. For what I want, apparently, it's agility stamina. Somebody will probably tell me in the comments that's wrong. But you know what? What do I know? So let's put that on. Their cloth, their mail. Oh. What? A copy across the battlefront? What the fuck? That's... Oh, for fudge's sake. 48. Always replace the lowest level. That one. So this expansion was, you know, Blizzard were really trying to kind of experiment with story. This zone had been a little bit boring. You basically had used to go through it, and just basically kind of end up with going to Shadowfang Keep and fighting werewolves. But when they introduced Cataclysm, they introduced the Worgen race for the Alliance, which is here, which had always been walled off. But they kind of made this into a zone. So this is one of the areas they massively revamped. So because they were telling a lot of story about the Worgen and how they joined the Alliance, they kind of revamped this zone quite a bit. And as I say, it's not bad, but it's like it's just waiting around a lot. I mean, back when, if you played it in vanilla, there was the doors here, and you couldn't get through, and there was no zone behind it. It was kind of a walled off area. So the story of Sylvanas is very interesting at the moment. A lot of people are very interested in this. So she was risen by Arthas, who was the Lich King, and she worked for him, but broke out of his control, and kind of formed the undead. And in Wrath of the Lich King, we kind of met the Valkyr. Are these the Valkyr? No, yeah, they are the Valkyr, aren't they? It's the Vrykul. Yeah, so we met these. These were the agents of the Lich King that allowed him to raise, like, the dead. So when we killed the Lich King, she took these into her, kind of under her control. Because the thing is, as she said, what happened is that, you know, and this is partly as is played out here, is the fact that the Worgen kind of see that Lordaeron... what? Well, that's not supposed to happen. What? Well, I wasn't expecting that. See, this is interesting. This is 10 years old. So they're raising her. She's died. But in doing so, they've had to sacrifice themselves. But they talk about pact made. I saw only darkness. Yeah, so they were the Valkyr. Interesting. So, yeah, so story of Sylvanas is that she was part of the she was an agent of the Lich King, and the Lich King is, you know, basically he raised the dead to try and take over Azeroth and things like that. And it's a kind of tragic story because he was Arthas Menethil, and he kind of, it's a little bit of a Darth Vader story in that, you know, he kind of made the wrong choices and ended up the bad guy. But in Wrath of the Lich King, we kill him. And it was kind of a big deal because he was an iconic baddie. So it'd be very much like the same of if it was Star Wars, you're going and killing Darth Vader. So, but he had the Valkyr, who were kind of his agents and enabled him to raise the undead. Now, Sylvanas had been a night elf, but she broke free of them, and a lot of the people, because Arthas was like, I may be slightly wrong here, Arthas or his dad were the King of Lordaeron, which is this area here of Azeroth. And so, as part of when he went, dark side, a lot of the undead were from Lordaeron. So when Sylvanas kind of was risen from the dead, she gathered her army of undead who'd broken free of the Lich King and kind of formed her own little tribe in the ruins. So that's why it's a capital city, or it was until Battle for Azeroth. And she became their de facto leader. But the problem that the undead have is that they're dead, so they can't reproduce. So if they, in the bigger story, obviously if you play undead and you die, you just run back to where you died and respawn. But in the bigger story, their numbers are dwindling because, as they fight these various battles and, various characters die, they're not replenishing their numbers. Whereas, all the other races, they breed, they have kids, they grow up, you don't have that with undead. So when she defeated the Lich King, the Valkyr became really important to her. And there were only a limited number of them. And that's why that was really interesting, because I wasn't expecting her to die, but she sacrificed the Valkyr. They sacrificed 3 of them in order to bring her back to life. And she said, I kind of went to death and I saw some things. So, fast forward, she becomes... So when Thrall steps down, Garrosh takes over. Garrosh goes... It's such a theme in the Horde. Goes dark side. And basically... he kind of wants the Horde to win without honour. I think that's the best way to describe it. He is... he bombs Theramore and things like that. And we take him down. We kind of defeat him at the end of Mists of Pandaria. But he kind of real demise comes halfway through Warlords of Draenor. And fan favourite, oh god, I can't remember his name, the troll guy. Oh, what's his name? Oh, I'm having a mind blank. Troll faction leader. I'm going to hit myself when I remember. Vol'jin, that's it. God, yeah. So Vol'jin takes over, and he was a fan favourite character, right? Everybody's really excited. He's a kind of fair leader. He's really good, but when the Legion kind of comes at the beginning of Legion, the Legion invades, and he takes a fatal wound right at the start of Legion. And as he's dying, the trolls believe they have the Loa as their sort of gods, and the Loas whisper to him, "You need to make Sylvanas the war chief, the head of the Horde," which he does. And again, Sylvanas is a fan favorite character, right? She, she's a little bit kind of I don't know how to describe it. She's a little bit of an anti-hero, but she's a really cool character. She looks great, she's got a very distinctive look. And she's made war chief, and a lot of people are like, well, shit's going to get done now, because Sylvanas is a character that kind of, she's done a lot for the Forsaken. She's a little bit single-minded, so some people were worried, she's just going to be looking out for the Forsaken and not for the wider Horde. But when you find this in Legion, she goes off on her own mission, and as you're going through the various areas of Legion, you find that she is doing this. She's off on her own quest, and part of the what's the Legion island called? Is it the Broken Isles? Yeah, the part of the Broken Isles up here in Stormheim. I haven't got it unlocked because it's on this character. There are some, I believe they're Titans. There's like Odin. I mean, you know, Warcraft steals from everything, but there's basically a lot of the I'm trying to remember the name. No, not Tolvir. Tolvir is the thing. Raikul. No, that's something else. Anyway, so basically, there is the unascended version of the Valkyr there, and Sylvanas has gone to see them, and she makes some sort of pact, and we find that as part of the questing through the area, we have to go through into, it's basically kind of Norse underworld, and that's led by Helia, and she's kind of like a demigod of some sort. And Sylvanas makes a pact with her, but we don't know what. So, this is like 4 years ago. So, we go through, we do Legion. Sylvanas is the war chief. We defeat the Legion. Everything's good. It get to battle for Azeroth. And this caused a lot of controversy amongst fans. Is that the way that it starts off is that, I don't know, if you haven't played Warcraft, basically you have 3-4 starting areas, let's say 3 main ones for each faction. So you've got Ironforge and Stormwind for the Alliance on this continent, as well as the Undercity for the Horde, and then in Kalimdor you would have Orgrimmar and Thunderbluff for the Horde, and then up here you have Teldrassil, which is the Night Elf starting area. Been in there since the beginning of the game. So at the start of BFA, Sylvanas Windrunner, you know, is there is conflict between the Horde and the Alliance. So we've had at the end of I can't even show you any of these maps because I haven't unlocked them on this character, but basically an old god has stabbed the world with a giant sword, and it's part of the game mechanics, but basically Azerite, which is like it's, if you like, it's the blood of the world, is leaking, and it's really powerful, and there's kind of a little bit of tension between the Horde and the Alliance because they both want this resource. Sylvanas, out of complete nowhere and annoying a lot of fans, she bombs Teldrassil, right? So we'd already had Garrosh, who'd kind of done Theramore here. You know, and it was like a little port, and is the Alliance, I believe, it's how you got to the other continent. You used to get a boat from Stormwind to Theramore. So it was, you know, it was kind of a big deal when it got bombed. But it wasn't a starting area. So, literally, one of the capital cities gets bombed by Sylvanas. And a lot of fans were really upset about this because they're like, you know, okay, she is out for her own agenda, but at the same time, this feels a little bit out of character for her. And, you know, because the game needs to balance and things like that, the Alliance, this is at the start of BFA, which is still the current expansion for another month. This was about 2 years ago this happened. They launch a massive assault on Lordaeron. They're like, no, we're taking down the Banshee Queen. We're taking her down. It's, you know, the end for her. And so the Undercity gets destroyed as well. And throughout the expansion, there's a lot of people who complain that it's basically Garrosh 2.0. And, like, in terms of story beats, it's pretty much identical. You know, if anybody doesn't follow her, they're not following the Horde. Anyway, so she has at the end of this expansion. So you have to keep in mind that the end of this expansion probably happened a year ago, because you then have like it seems to be you have a year of content and then a year of drought. She took off. We overthrew her and she ran off. We don't know where. In story terms, we don't know where she's been until she turns up at in Northrend, defeats the Lich King, the now Lich King, because that's one of the things that happened when Arthas got defeated. There needed to be somebody who sat on the throne to wear the Helm of Domination and basically keep all those undead, which is known as the Scourge. I don't know how you pronounce it, but needed to keep them under control before, otherwise they'd become like a rampant mob. Well, she went there to rip, and she's got like, suddenly it's almost like she's leveled up while she's been gone, because Arthas and the Lich King are big world bosses, if you like. They are not to be trifled with, and she's a faction leader. She's kind of, she's a mortal character. Suddenly she's got all these powers that have kind of been hinted at, but she's got kind of a massive power creep. And she rips the Helm of Domination off of the Bolvar, who is the kind of temporary Lich King. And of course everybody's thinking, oh, she's going to wear the Helm of Domination, she's going to become the Lich Queen, she's going to be the new bad guy. But she doesn't. She takes the Helm of Domination, which is iconic. If you've seen it on, if you've seen a picture of the Lich King, his helmet is very, very unique. And so it's, from Warcraft lore, incredibly iconic. And they do some great kind of visuals with it, where it looks like she's about to put it on her head. And it's almost, but what happens is she basically breaks it in two. And in doing so, the reality, or the kind of the war between reality and the undead breaks, and the whole sky explodes. You can watch on YouTube. You can see, if you go for Shadowlands trailer or Shadowlands cinematic, you'll be able to find it. And great. I mean, it's a great cinematic. So everybody's like, well, what's happened with Sylvanas? So we've got to do some. I'm trying to do this at Play Games and tell you about the history as well. Yeah, so as a player, you're kind of worried. You're kind of thinking, well, how did this happen? What caused Sylvanas to kind of, where in the story did she have this? Was it when she spoke to Helya? Was there some pact there? But given what little we know, so I don't know any of the story of Shadowlands, other than, and this is kind of preamble, so it's not really a spoiler, is that what seems to be happening is that there are these various there we go, Shadowlands. So you've got the kind of the different deaths. So you've got Bastion, which is kind of like, it kind of looks very Greek in nature, but it's people with flying with wings and things like that. So it's kind of very heavenly. You've got Revendreth, which looks like it's like a gothic set, very gothic. It's kind of your typical vampire fantasy kind of thing. You've got Ardenweald, which is kind of all mystical woods, and it's kind of like the nature afterlife. You got Maldraxxus, which kind of links into with what a lot of the Lich King kind of aesthetics and things like that. And basically, what happens is when you die, in terms of story, not as in game, but you come here and you're judged, and you're basically sent to one of these, and I don't know too much, but basically you can then ascend and kind of be one of the races here and help guide future people through and things like that. So it's your typical afterlife. However, if you can't be redeemed, you get sent to the Maw. And the Maw is kind of, it's not all fire and brimstone, but it is kind of the hell of Warcraft, or one of them, because there's various different afterlives. But the problem that happens is the way that this kind of all apparently works is like everybody's soul, or when they die, they give off anima. So their soul energy is what's used to kind of power these regions. But what seems to have happened is suddenly all those souls that would be are now going into the Maw direct. There's none of, they've cut out the middleman. And of course these places are starving of kind of energy, food, however you want to kind of think of it. They're starving of these souls. Oh, that's where we go. There we go. This is a quite good quest, this one. So basically what happens in it is that I think it's this character here. There we go. You suddenly become in this quest. You are an NPC. So you have to sit here and wait, and some character will come up to you and say, "Hi, help. Hi, I'm new. Big white light creature with wings made me alive. I serve the Banshee Queen. Yeah, hi. Maybe you should take a nap or something. I don't know if I have any work for you." Okay, thanks. I'll just wait here with you. Okay, thanks. Wait a minute. It looks like something just came up. Yes, right here on this sheet of paper. You need to head southwest to the Azure Lode Mine and report to Captain Keaton. Southeast is that way. You point southeast. North, got it. Thanks, bye. It's a piss take on people playing WoW, this is. So we've just given them a quest. Can you smell what the Loktar is cooking? You used to, one of the first uses of macros in the game was that you could have it so that when you did an action, you'd shout something out. Ha! You looks like you're running out of idiots to put atop this horse. You've got free today, weakling. Point them to where the Alliance hide, and I shall dominate them. I have seen the fall of the Lich King. Creations of the Titans have fallen before my mighty axe. When called upon, I alone spearheaded victory for the Argent Crusade against the beasts of Northrend. It's referring back to Wrath of the Lich King. Now I come for the ultimate challenge. What does Hillbrad Foothills have to offer Kingslayer Orcus? Kingslayer was a title you got for having completed the Lich King raid. Apparently there's some trouble at South Shore. Maybe something about Walken's insurgents. Maybe you could help with them. Insurgents, you say? Is there any risk of death or dismemberment to me? None. Then Orcus will do it. Yes. Right, thanks. Just go ahead and head southeast. More south than east. Probably off the coast. Yes, cowardly quest giver. Sit atop your pale horse while Orcus... He didn't get a chance to finish it off, but... And this is even funny, because this is one of the shop mounts. Johnny Awesome has arrived, Philistine. Present me with your menial tasks so that I may complete them with only mild enthusiasm and most likely a complete disregard for any directions that you provide that are more complicated than what my map is able to display. Look at me, peasant. Heirlooms cover my body from head to toe, gifted to me by the greatest heroes Azeroth has ever known. So this is a complete piss take of what I'm doing. It's about, like, when you level your alts and you're not paying attention to the quest text, you're just kind of doing them. Now, look at yourself. Quickly, look back at me. Yes, this horse is made of stars. What pointless series of tasks befitting a mentally deficient orc have you prepared for me? Well, we're having problems at the sludge fields, located northeast of here. Warden Stillwater could use your help. Fine, fine. What else? That's all. That's all? One quest. Surely you jest. Are then... They're not bare asses to collect. Perhaps a rare flower that I could pick from which you could make some mildly hallucinogenic tonic that you will then drink, resulting in visions of a great apocalypse. Okay, I was thinking this was predicting the future, but you know, as a cataclysm. But this is cataclysm, so it's referring back to itself. Perhaps the local populace of mildly annoying, ill-tempered gophers are acting up and need to be brought to justice. No, nothing. That's all, Johnny Awesome. Take it or leave it. I will do this one thing you ask of me, Questquiver. Pray I find more menial tasks to accomplish, or you will be hearing from me again, and I assure you that my commentary on forums of public opinion will be most unkind. I love this quest. This is probably the best quest. He even did a rude gesture. Yeah, so that's probably one of the best quests in the game, I would say. Right, let's see if we've got equipment we can... So, yep, waste, that's cloth. That's leather gloves 48. Yep, that's an improvement. I think I saw 47, 43. Those are worth... Mail, that's leather 42 wrist. Oh, better wrist. And back 44. I've got a 47 back. That was the ring we did earlier. So there we go. So, right. Still do not have a new helm. Keep that. So I can get rid of all of these. So what you might want to do... So with some... Oh, there's a quest there. Just make sure I've got the flight point. Okay, yeah. Where are we going? Down this way. What you might want to do with some of these things that you bits of equipment that you actually loot, you might want to save them and put them in the auction house. I don't know how you... Need that. Oh, that one's dead. So those two, they've disappeared. So I don't know. I don't know how we get those eggs. Because the eggs seem to disappear the moment it dies. Perhaps you just have to get the dead ones and do it that way. But I will get 60 eggs, which is an awful lot. There's another dead one there. You only seem to be able to get 8, don't you?
I am out of range. I need to target something first.
So this is, we've moved into a new zone now. We've gone into Hillsbrad Foothills. So if you played some time ago, you may remember Taran Mill. So this is where Taran Mill is. Although that is a little bit further along. So Taran Mill's kind of up here somewhere. We're up to 45 eggs now. So the plan is with this that once you, or supposedly what the plan is, once you get to level, once you've completed this area, you go back to Warlords of Draenor. Right, so I've killed enough bears. So I'm just going to fly around looking for the dead ones to steal the eggs off of now. Okay. Get herbs as well. Up to level 34 on basic herbing. Alright, so there is a quest there, but it's underneath. I suspect it is in that mine. Done! Right, so what do we do now? We have to report to this mine here. Okay. Do. Oh, right. Bags are full again. No, it shouldn't be. It's loads of space. Right. Oh, so what do we need to do? We've got one here. That's like human captured. And then we've got to do. So let's go into the mine first. We seem to have got ourselves a little pet to join us. Can we do anything with these? We've got capture humans, okay. Right, so we capture them after we've weakened them. Oh, it's got to be below 35% health. There we go. Going in here because we did see that quest down here. There. See there? There we go. Let's have a look. So let's head that way. Up. there. There we go. Right. It's just in case this kicks something else off. I don't want to kind of have to... Sometimes you get what's known as an escort quest. And what that basically means is you go around... you literally have to kind of walk with somebody, an NPC, and stop them from being killed by the, you know, things that jump out the woodwork to attack them. So I would rather, if there are... Yeah, we've got 5 there. I don't even know what that said to do. Yeah, it's an escort quest. To escort him to... Escort... To keep him away from webbed humans. Okay. Let's go. So it was good that I did that, otherwise they'd be attacking, which they probably still will. There we go. And another one there. I think I've timed this about right, actually, or worked it out about right, so... Oh, maybe not. There's one more up there. There we go. So... A lot of the trying to kind of get a lot of quests done in Warcraft quickly is about kind of knowing that you know, so that you don't... If I'd known that there's probably 3 or 4 on the way back, I might have done less on the way in, if that makes sense. So... Right, so... Here we go, up again, we're level 44. Leather chest, yep, and leather trousers. Still no helm. So everything else is getting up to like level 47, 48, and my helm is still level 16.
I cannot attack that.
So now we're going to this area, we're going to do Murlocs and supplies. I may have done too much. This one, this looks like an elite.
Too far away.
Right, let's see if I can heal myself. The one thing I'm noticing is that when you've got I don't know if this is just a Cataclysm thing, but when you have got a kind of
I need to target something first.
a kind of NPC assistant and you fly, they're not despawning, which means that you're dragging them all the way through the mobs. So, right, I need to go here, get supplies. I've got 1 of 6. Are there any more? There, those. No, but I've managed to pull that one. Not so bad if it's just one. Oh. That's 2. We don't want to fight this one again, so I'm just giving him a wide berth.
I must get closer.
And now I seem to have lost my spider, so it doesn't seem to make much sense what's going on here.
I am out of range.
Oh, my spider is now back. They are here with their spider. Spider-tastic. Okay, I only need one more. Yeah, they this is the downside, is that they disappear. In later expansions, they did a better thing where, if like something like those barrels appeared, they would be there for everybody. So, you and I could be playing the game. If I was playing it and I clicked on the barrel, it would disappear, but you would still see the barrels. See, like, that's disappeared now. So there's this kind of rush, like, oh, they need to get to all the barrels before. And the worst thing is, I only need the bloody one. Right. So I just need a few more. I've got a funny feeling this character here is going to be a quest giver in a bit, but we've still got 4 Murlocs to kill.
I must get closer.
Right, trying to rearrange my mouse mat. So it must be kind of bizarre if you've not played the game since like vanilla. Like, these zones all look familiar but different. But then there's an extra unfamiliarity in that you've got all these new classes. Oh, and all these new classes and races make the game even feel even more weird. I seem to have managed to. Right. Where have I got to go? I've still got 1 there. Oh, I've still got 11 Murlocs. Ah. had 12, but there we go. There we go. Right, I'm going to fly up really high, because hopefully it will despawn. And not, although sometimes if you're going back to a quest area, if it does drag stuff, then it should drag it into NPCs that will kill the stuff before it gets anywhere near you. Any some new shoulder pads? Where we got to go now? We've got hand stuff in there. Okay, so we're going to the sludge fields. This was kind of, again, another zone that was revamped for Cataclysm. So the sludge fields were, it looked a lot more like just a field and a house, like a farm. Now it's kind of like this whole newish area. There's trouble at the sludge fields. Dun dun dun. Trouble at the sludge fields. See, Blizzard was really starting to show off at this point. Look what we can do. We'll do a flyover. For what? This was one of the few expansions. In fact, this was the only expansion that was designed with flying in mind. So, in Wrath of the Lich King, so you got flying, was introduced in Burning Crusade. Was it Burning Crusade or was it earned in Wrath? It was Burning Crusade. It was introduced because you still can't fly in Silvermoon. They didn't. They only did it in the kind of Outland world. And in Lich King, before you could fly there, you had to have cold weather training. And in order to have cold weather training, you had to get to Daraland, so you had to play through like half the game. Message come through. Just let me have a look. 1 second. There we go. Sorry. So yes. So apologies for that. So there was one zone in Wrath of the Lich King which was designed. Storm Peaks. You just could not complete that zone unless you had flying. Because you just couldn't get up the cliffs and things like that. So but most of that expansion was. This expansion with Cataclysm, what they basically did was they went back to the old world and there is a quest over there. Let's go and get that. Yeah, so with Cataclysm, what they basically did was they went back to the old world. So the two main continents that, if you've played, you know, kind of the played the original, then you will remember the two zones like this one. There we go. So the thing is, because they introduced that you could fly in Azeroth, which was introduced as part of Cataclysm, actually. That they redid the world so that you could so that you could fly in Azeroth. But there's new zones as well, so they didn't stop you because these new zones were also part of Azeroth. You didn't have to kind of there was no kind of gating at all. So all these new revised zones were based on the principle that, well, you can. Yeah, that's done. We need to kill these. Now, but then obviously you had Pandaria come after this, and Pandaria, you couldn't fly at the beginning. You had to learn it. I think that's when you got to like the final zone, which is the. Then when you got to the other, I'm trying to think what happened with Draenor. I think Draenor, Legion, and Battle for Azeroth, the way that they did it, because the problem is that it's very easy to just fly and drop in without having to sort of battle your way through various mobs. So it makes it, I think in some ways, it makes it difficult to go in there, yeah. Makes it difficult to kind of balance the leveling, because they can work out that, okay, if you're going to go from here to over there and you're on foot, you're going to probably go through 10 or 13 mobs, so that's like, you know, 500 XP each. Whereas the challenge disappears if you can just fly over the top and drop down on top of it. So they kind of got rid of it. And then what they did was they made it so that instead of being about kind of getting to a certain zone and then unlocking it, they kind of gated it even more by is there anything else we need to do here? Don't think so. Except I fly into a wall. By saying, right, well, it's not just that you just play through the quest line and get to this zone and then just buy it. No, you have to kind of earn it. So you have to do your Pathfinders. And that kind of stopped people being able to fly until like the second major patch. And I don't mean like a bug fix patch. I mean like content patch. It's back. I need another ring. So then, in some of those, they've got rid of it because of what they've done with the level squish. But yeah, if you wanted to, if you were playing BFA like even just over a month ago, if you wanted to be able to fly, what you had to do was you had to get a certain rep up to Exalted, and then you had to have gone to all the thing, and you had to have completed certain quests. So that even if I remember it, like, you know, it's like literally was one of the things when I sort of came, not so much came back to the game. I've got to find the key. Okay. Is it on you? It's gonna be. Yeah. In order to unlock flying, I had to do like loads of quests. I had to do loads of world quests. And it was kind of a big. You know, it wasn't something I did in an afternoon. It was something that, bit by bit, took me, you know, month or two to get. So I suspect that's going to be like with Shadowlands as well. So we won't get flying in Shadowlands until the second major content patch, which will probably be...
I do not have a target. Too far away.
Other people here, so we're getting a bit crazy. Let's kill a load. There we go, hopefully. There we go, I've got the key. See you. Ray get monstrosity slain. Oh. We need to go here. Oh. So we also need to go here. The reason you might say, well, okay, why haven't you handed that quest in before you attack it? Sometimes if you get an NPC, they'll help you until such time as you've completed the quest. So if I'd handed that quest in, I probably wouldn't have got one lot of assistance. Some new boots. Still no freaking helm. Oh, right, so we've got to clear one more person. What's up here? But yeah, I kind of, in some ways, I kind of support the whole.
I cannot attack that target.
Okay, how do we bring him down? Oh, here we go. Right, yeah, I kind of support that. You not being able to fly, because otherwise what happens is that you just kind of... It's great for leveling, because you just like, right, drop in on the mob, kill them, boom, done, let's go, next one. But you miss out on a lot. And one of the things I do like is the environments in Warcraft. Alright, we're up to 45 now. Let's see. So a leather chest. Oh, a better one already. So I'm doing all right actually, but still no helm. Again, you can tell it's Catechism because we come back. There's a bit of RP here. There's no voice acting. I mean, voice acting at the time was kind of... I think it was Guild Wars 2 was releasing around this time. And they had voice acting. It was kind of a big deal. But you notice it now because you'd be like, what? Why is this RP section not voiced? I suspect we're going to fight him. The other thing they introduced into I think it would have been in this one, was the idea of zoning. So that what happens is that it was kind of a big deal at the time, is that if you come to this, if you've done the, if you've never come to this area before, everything's like this. But let's say there's a big battle now, which looks like it's about to happen. Getting my shit together. Yeah. Yeah, and let's say we burn this place to the ground. That's how we roll, but... What the hell? Ugh. So then what happens is that when we come back to it again, this area is all burnt out, and that's kind of caused by zoning. So basically what Blizzard then had the ability to do was to say, well, depending on your quest status or whatever, 50, 47, cloak. Yeah, depending on where you are in the story, this zone might appear differently, and it's kind of seamless as well. So as you fly in, it's kind of already there. It's not like you go in here and something triggers and it changes to what it should have been. So Blizzard was quite proud of that technology at the time with Cataclysm. So you tend to get a lot of things where it's zoned. They've done it a little bit less as it got on because they realised that the novelty kind of wore off. But I mean, a good example of where you can see it now, in the game, is if you've got max level character, is Lordaeron, the Undercity, because the Undercity's like literally, it's like this. It's like a mess of goo if you're not, if you've done BFA. Right, what we got to do in South Shore? Let's use blight canisters, bugging for slay. Okay. I need to kill that. Now this is South Shore, which you should remember if you've played a bit of WoW. Because in Vanilla, what was popular was Torren Mill versus South Shore. I'm not... Bright slime. Oh, I think we do have to kill these. And then... once we've killed them, we use that ability. So that... No, it's an invalid target. Okay, so it's not killing them. Find some more slime. I've still got buckets. Oh, okay. So you use it on the living ones. No, can't do any more. It looks like it's a one-time thing, so once we've done one... That's it. Go and find something else. We've done all those now, so... Well, apparently the slimes do not like the fact that I... I take it that the slimes are now going to start attacking me if I get too close to them. It's fine, I've got to find the slimes first.
I am out of range.
It's got a red thing on it. I always thought that that meant... Yeah. That... We need to slay him as well, so...
I require a target.
Doesn't seem to work. I think I've got to do one or the other. This is the other problem you find with some of the other... Yeah, with some of the other, older expansions, is that they didn't get the quest levels right, as in like the spawns right. So it just means that you're hunting around and you're trying to compete with other players to kind of get what you. That's not working, so... So one of the quality of life improvements to the game has been the fact that now, like, everything is shared a lot more in terms of quest completion. I need just a tiny little bit. There we go. No, it's got to be the angry one. This makes it so much more difficult. Oh. So bright slime isn't enough. It's got to be angry bright slime. How the heck do you find those? The bright slime. Oh, it's not. Oh, I hate this. Usually ends up with there being some. There's an angry. Oh, that's a dead angry blight. Oh, but that did count because there was another one beside it, not the one I was looking at. Is this the last one? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, this is. What's that? Check the slime breeder. Oh, great. Yeah. Wow. He is breeding some slimes, that's for sure. But he ain't here at the moment. Oh. Or is it that? Obviously, spoilers. He may turn into a slime. D. So we've got Bloodfang. Got stuff to do off to the left after this. Oh, there he is. It's one of the other things that you've noticed as an improvement as the game has gone on over the years is that the spawn rate becomes a little bit more dynamic. So whereas before it was like, oh, something got killed, it will respawn in 2 minutes. Now it can kind of, there's a little bit more technology behind it to go, oh, there seems to be somebody wanting to attack it every 30 seconds, so therefore we'll spawn it more quickly. Or so it seems, I don't know. It's interesting because Cataclysm was, you know, as an expansion, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. Well, I liked the raids, to be fair, I had some fun. But for kind of a expansion, it wasn't the best. But it was, yeah, so as an expansion it was definitely not the best, but what it was a massive improvement over you know, what was needed over like classic. Have I done that one? Can I do them again? I've done them. Hey. Which is what I must admit, I'm quite surprised why they would say that to level up here, because I really wouldn't have thought that with a lot of the kind of RP that kind of comes with it, this area would be pretty slow. Who knows? As far as I'm concerned, it's a different area to questing.
I need to target something first.
Oh, that's great. Just despawn.
I do not have a target.
My arrows strike true. I serve the Banshee Queen. I watch. I listen. What do you see?
Right, that's the Rangers done. I just need to do 4 more. I think. Oh, excellent. 2. Ah, Dark Ranger, how pleasant to see you again. There is part of me that is hoping that handing all these questions is going to get me another level, but I don't think it will. I think I'm still too... Oh. I just need one more. There we go. That's done. Except I now just need to get out of this fight. There we go. Right. Is there anything else? I mean, there's another quest down there. Let's just do that. I have vague recollections of this quest. Oh, this is... Do you remember earlier on we had that... where we were the NPC handing out quests? Well, Kingslayer Orcus obviously came to us. Kingslayer Orcus. Can't swim. I will not survive. Gulp, help me. Your feet are touching the ground, Orcus. This is shallow water. Just stand up and walk to shore. Oh yes, Orcus has regained his senses. The foul human mage must have cursed Orcus's mind. Quickly, we must go to shore. There we go. So there's always toilet humour in WoW, and this is no exception. Oh, Linda, where are we meeting up this Ivan Bloodfang fella? And what's in Bronzeblade's name is that terrible smell? They are massing at Purgation Isle, just the west of here, off the coast. We are to meet them there, General. As for the smell, I think it's coming from over there. Look, Linda, what in the... You face Kingslayer Orcus now, dwarf. Get some Mudslot Bottom, okay. Just do my routine check. Cloth shoulders, leather chest 48. I thought we had 50, didn't we? We got 49, that's better. So 48 wrist. 48 wrist, not worth a thing. Right, but what we could do... Those oozing bags, sometimes they contain things like mounts. We want that one. Now you could, like, because this is bind on equip, like, and you know, market value is 1,000 gold, which sounds really good, but you've actually got to sell it. So I tend to vendor all this stuff. Let's do that. 1,500, no. Chicken is 1,500. 300. There's some weird stuff going on with like potions and food. Because obviously everything upscales now. Like some food you get and it is, you know, it will give you 4,500, and others you'll eat have and it's 323. That's 104. See, but that one is 1,422. So it's all over the place when it comes to healing and food. So right, anyway, we've made some space in the bags. And we can go and find these mud blossom. As I say, if we were following the plot, I suppose that's how we're going to heal the frost dragon. We've got no. Interesting. We only get these red. I don't know if maybe this is new to. Maybe this is new to Shadowlands. I don't know. I haven't seen this red exclamation mark, but it seems to suggest that they drop a quest. But they haven't, so I have no idea. So what we do need to try and get all our alts up to level 50 for the 10th of November. And the reason we need to do that is because this Mudsnort Shaman is pounding me in the arse, if you excuse the phrase. The reason we need to do that is because on the 10th of November, the pre-patch will start. Now, typically, these sorts of things happen. The pre-patch, so pre-patch launches, you know, all the new game systems, all the changes are implemented. You know, it's Blizzard's chance to kind of get the system stable before they open the doors to the new content. What they normally have to sort of go along with this is a pre-patch event, and what the pre-patch event basically is, it's just a series of hype quests, for want of a better word. They normally have, you know, when it was like Legion, the Legion were in kind of attacked certain areas of the game. Usually an area that's not got a heavy lot of populace in it, so you know they've learnt their lesson. They used to kind of say, "Oh, we're going to launch something in Orgrimmar," and then when that would happen, it would usually kind of slow the servers to a crawl. Although they've got better at handling that load now. But the pre-event, I mean, sometimes there's exclusive items, you know, pets or transmog or something, you know, some will reward to say, you know, I was there for pre-patch. And, as I say, for Legion, they had like Legion, it's usually an invasion of some sort. And the stuff that gets dropped, which is more important, is stuff that you need for or to gear up your characters. It's usually gear that will sort your characters out for going into the expansion. Because one of the problems, I'm only going to do one more of these because they don't seem to be dropping anything, so I don't know why they've got a red exclamation mark above them.
A target.
Alright. Yeah, one of the things you find, as I say, I've sort of said, is that my item level has kind of matched my game level as I've been leveling. This one's a little different, is that they're behind. I think it's to do with the fact they've got no neck, received no neck item, and no revised head item. If they did that, I reckon they would be up to around the same. So hand this in. Right, we're going off to the island. So the problem is, though, I'm pretty sure, because it's kind of an exponential scale with gear, it seems to be. What's happening is that, like, my main character that I played through Battle for Azeroth and have leveled up through, you know, you get your base gear as the expansion launch, then you get the 2 or 3 major content patches, and the gear levels go up again. The gear on my main is probably, and the reason I'm a little bit unsure on this is because obviously everything's changed and there's squishes and, you know, it's, who knows what's going on. So I just need to kill people. Excellent. The gear on my main is like level 100. Item level 100. And so typically most of my alts are gear level 50. And whilst I'm going to get new gear going into Shadowlands, the problem with that is that I'm going to die a lot easier because my gear is kind of half the level of everybody else. So the pre-patches are a really good idea because, let's also face it, right, if you've leveled up a load of alts, you are probably not going to take them through Shadowlands all in one go. So you might come to them like 6 months time, a year's time, to level them up, and suddenly realise that, you know, basically their gear is so crap they just die all the time, and it's very frustrating. So if you can go through pre-patch, gosh, there's a load up there. I'm just going to carry on going up here. If you can go through pre-patch and the pre-patch event and get gear for them all, it's going to make it a little bit easier when you come to level them up. So the plan is get all the alts up to level 50, and then gear them up. Now some of my alts have got really good gear because they were doing content in Battle for Azeroth and had good level there as well.
I must be close. I am out of range.
Wow. I have got a lot of people attacking me. Okay. So we've got until the 10th. So I think that's plenty of time. Interesting. None of these characters have been dropping any loot. And the reason I'm going up this path here is I'm suspecting there's a big boss at the end that we're going to probably need to kill.
Too far away. I must be closer.
So something to help I'm using to help me with my my alts leveling up is I am using Gnome Sequence Editor. What that is, I'm gonna get hit by that. Basically, you can have macros in Warcraft. I thought we might need to go up here. There we go. Kel Surprise. Yeah, so you can have macros in the game, which is really good because it allows people to come up with some really good add-ons. You know, and it probably is a lot more hassle than it's worth at times. Right. Well, we can't go up there. It's going to be something that spawns here, apparently. So, yeah, and one of the things that you can do is you can write combat macros. And Blizzard has done quite a bit of work to make sure that it can't be exploitable. They've done a lot of work, to be fair. But you end up with some really cool macros. And their kind of general rule is as long as you're having to press keys in order to do damage, then it is fine. So what this does, and it's great for alts, is you go to a website and it will give you like a kind of encoded string. You paste that into the Gnome Sequence Editor and it will give you something like this. So this one was for a Balanced Druid setup. This is the Guardian one. And you just drag that one button to your taskbar here, to your action bar, sorry. And where are these going to be? This seems to be taking a long time to think. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anybody there, so I'm going to just go and have a look. So it's a single button macro for an entire rotation. And it's brilliant. Because it means that you don't have to... I wonder if it's... there's no cave or that. No, it's up, definitely up there. I don't think it'll be up here because you, well, you did have flying from the start in Cataclysm, but... Oh, who's this?
I cannot attack that target.
I can't attack
I
them.
cannot attack that.
Oh, but I can... They're evading. Why are they evading?
I must get closer.
This is all gone a bit.
Too far away.
Okay. Okay. This is again another thing you find with old quests. They tend to be a bit buggy. So I am hoping that handing this stuff in, this may take me, it's gonna give me a shitload of XP. Just still on 45, so hopefully it takes to 46. I feel like I've been on 45 for ages. I think it's taken us to Taron Mill, which was a favourite in vanilla, but they updated it. So, like some of the buildings here, they may not look familiar if you played vanilla. I should have handed in those quests before I took this one, but there we go. Oh, Orcus is dead, everybody. Orcus is dead. Everybody, R.I.P. Orcus. Can I have his armour? Because it's pretty cool. I think it's Lich King armour. I've already got this mount, but I'd still take it as well. We're true heroes of the Horde, ladies and gentlemen. And folks. Right, okay, so, press the wrong button again, right. This is one of the reasons why people, want to be druids, is because, you'll notice there, when I select a mount, it's like, think, do, need to do stuff, and then it comes a lot, you know, literally, what is it? Its cast time is 1.6 seconds. Whereas your travel form as a druid is instant. And 1.5 seconds might not sound like a lot, but when you've got stuff attacking you, and basically your cast time can be kind of broken by... where is it? Oh, okay. Was these over this side as well? Yeah, and this is the other thing as well, is that as a if you do herbalism, you don't break out of travel form, which is really good as well. So we should get a ton of XP here, hopefully. All right, that's taking us quite a way. Is it going to get? Oh, are we going to get to hit to 46? Ooh, how close! Right, what goodies did we get? Level 50 on the shoulders. We will take that. Level 50 on the wrist. I ought to check these actually are agility. Yeah, I think they are. Rather than intellect. Two-handed staff. It has more damage per second though. I know we don't use it at all, but I'm going to keep that. It's level 34 though. Versus level 50. How does that make sense? Okay. So that polearm, 16 to 30 damage, 6.4 damage per second. This one, miles higher, 5.3 damage per second. It's because it doesn't have agility, so we don't equip that one. Right. So now we go back. So this is where things like Azeroth Autopilot would have helped. It would have told us, hand those in before you do the Orcus subquest. So, but as I say, the most annoying thing is we haven't received a neck piece at all. And we're like level 45, so we're nearly leveled up. We've got no neck piece, and the helm we've got, we basically got like level 15. Like, there is tons of quests here, so we will take the gloves. There we go. We are now level 46. So now I do this thing that everybody would do. I don't look at any of the quests, I just go and pick them all up.
The dark times will pass.
I cannot attack that target.
Oh, the one we missed.
I cannot attack that.
2.
What is it? What would you ask?
That one, have we got? That is a shit ton of quests, but then there we go. This is a major quest hub. Just checking we've got everything. Right, so let's have a look at the map. There's loads around here. Let's go and do that. So we're going to do the Yetis. Yetis. So Yetis, stags and fawns. Okay, so. Back in vanilla, before we kind of got any kind of organised PvP. Is there anything there? Why is that attacking me and then healing itself?
I am out of range.
What the fuck? Something's gone wrong here, hasn't it? Supposed to be helping them and then they're dying. I don't understand. Well, maybe I should read the quest text. There we go. Important lesson there. Sending a quick text. Oh, I'm so knackered today. Well, we've done 5 of them, but I don't know. Something seems bugged here. Once powered, they'll be able to defend for themselves. Yeah, maybe, but they're also attacking me, which I don't think they're supposed to be doing.
I must get closer. I am out of range. Too far away.
I don't know what the hell is happening in this quest. Something is wrong. I'm just going to try and get the fawns done as quickly as possible, and then I can worry about everything else. Because they hit really hard when they convert, they turn into those kind of, I don't know, they aggro me, which I don't think they're supposed to. Oh, fudge, come on. Except I've got the wrong one. Come on. Aha, aha, aha. Oh.
I must get closer. Out of range. Too far away. I must get closer. Out of range. Too far away.
See, why are these attacking me? They're supposed to be like...
I must get closer.
I need to... No, I don't need to kill these. I need to kill the stags. Let's get the juicy stag meat. Well, there we go. I've had them. Hopefully this will get it done quick.
I require a target. I am out of range. Too far away. I must get closer. I am out of range. Too far away. I am out of range. cannot attack that target. Too far away.
Alright, got that done quick, didn't it? These don't have anything. No. I can see. I think that's above that happens. Otherwise, these would say that they drop. I didn't see any boxes or anything, so I'm assuming that the Humbert stuff is above somewhere. Although it's disappeared once I go outside. That's not good. Might have to fight my way back in. Come on, come on, come on. Which I will if this one doesn't take so bloody long. Right. Let's see. Yeah. This is another one where I think I've just dropped in the centre of it, where I should have maybe picked them up on the outside, but... Humbert's pants are somewhere in here. It doesn't seem to be dropping from... Maybe they are from there. I ought to read the quest text. Because this feels a bit... Although they seem to... So it is in the caves. Ah, annoying. But there we go. That will teach me.
Too far away.
This is when it would have been a really good time to have set my half to Torren Mill, but I didn't. It's to Woken Mill.
We must get closer. Acquire a target.
Let's get a tin. So hopefully it should be up here somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? That looks like something. Does that look like Humbert's pants? I think it does. Excellent. Right, so we've got Humbert's pants. So next we need to go in there, I think it is. ACs aren't too bad. And we are now getting very close to the end now. It's the home straight.
Too far away.
Oh, I've got 3 of them. That may not be good, but...
To target something first.
Humbert's sword is supposedly somewhere here as well. It's supposed to be here. I don't know where. In the water, maybe? Let's kill these and work out where. Maybe it's on the way up out. Let's say this is why, like, add-ons can be handy because you just waste time. You know, I fought my way out and then had to fight my way back in. So we are looking. It's telling me here. I can't see a sword. Right, let's try. Oh, I know where it will be. It'll be up above. the joys of Blizzard quest design, where you realise how they place items in caves. They want you to have to fight through everything, so it makes sense that it's actually up here and around there. Now, the only reason I've agreed to tackle all these is because of that. We get a load of XP. Right. So, where we need to go is round here. Up to... I have to say, I'm enjoying the new leveling experience. It's quite good. It's enough to take some time, but short enough that it doesn't feel like you have to give over half your life to it. So. I think if you're thinking of coming back to Warcraft, now's a good time. Give you, you know, some people say, oh, should I wait till Shadowlands starts? No, because you're going to need to level up a character. So what you really should do is, if you're thinking of playing, let me know first of all, because if you're getting a new account, there's some recruiter friend bonuses that you can get, and I'd very much like those bonuses. Thank you very much. That would be very, very handy. And I think you get bonuses as well, but yeah, if you were thinking of coming back to Warcraft, what you would need to kind of do is, now I would say this weekend would be like a perfect time to kind of start, because what you need to do is get up to level 50, and you could probably power through in a couple of evenings after work. But you're going to be getting used to systems and things like that. So, you're going to take it. You're going to take probably a week to you're going to take a week to kind of you know, once you might try a couple of different classes and things like that. Death Knight, there we go. They kill everything. Yeah, it'll probably take you a few nights to kind of, you know, kind of a week or so. That would take you up until when the that'll take you, you know, if you could do it in like 10 days or so, 2 weeks. That will take you up to pre-patch. Pre-patch, you've got then 2 weeks. You can enjoy the event. There's not all that much to collect from what I understand, but you can get yourself some decent gear ready for Shadowlands, and then Shadowlands launches on the 24th. So definitely seems about now, seems kind of a good time to jump in if you are planning on doing so. It's just around here. I need to find one more fawn. I'm gonna. There we go. Let's do that. There should. Make sure I'm not standing in the path of a giant Yeti. That would be bad. There we go. Cool. So we have now completed.
Target.
Fly back and hand these in.
Glory to the Sin'dorei.
And you speak quickly. Right now. And you
Check there's no more quests around here. No, let's go up to Alterac. So around now, I tend to find that the XP seems to go slow. It was about... Yeah, so a few levels ago, I can't remember exactly, but I looked and it was like 77,000 to level. It's now 120,000. So it massively goes up. I can't remember ever doing this quest. That's the one thing you find with the Forsaken that unsettles the Horde, is they're really into their chemical warfare. And they seem to be quite willing to sacrifice themselves in order to... Interestingly, and I may be completely wrong here, these are the Frostwolf clan. Which you might say, so what? But these are the same clan that you work with to get your garrison in Legion, I believe. What did I just... I love it when I just pick up a quest and think, what the hell did I just pick up? Oh, it's an Alterac Valley one. I'm going to abandon that because I do not want to do Battlegrounds. gear have we got? New 51? Let's see what it was. It was agility, yeah. 52 offhand intellect. No. See, there we go. More IP. More RP. What the hell? Oh, I vaguely remember from Vanilla there was a kind of a quest where there was like you went along the hilltops and there were all the various Alliance bases where you had to kill things. Which is where this is where we came up earlier, and when I was looking for Humbert's pants, and Humbert's pants weren't here because this is Alliance thing, and they were down with the Yetis. So there we go. Most important thing we've learnt today: that Corran's dagger, the second of the four fingers of Hillsbrad, does not have Humbert's pants. I don't think I've done this zone as since Cataclysm, actually. Bizarrely. Because I do tend to do Horde when I've leveled up in the past. Oh no, maybe this was the place. Maybe it was the headland. Rather than the Pants Land. Yeah. So, yeah, when I've leveled up in the past, obviously it's been a lot longer, I tend to do, because I do Orgrimmar, Barons, kind of Stone Talon, Desolace, that sort of way. I did my Shaman, which I ended up using one of my tokens on. With some of the expansions over the last couple of years, you've got like a level 110.
What do you need?
A level 110 token, a token to take you to level 110, and then they did with, I forget which one. It would have been BFA. They did a token to take you to level 120, and I applied that. I was doing a Shaman, and I was taking them through Silverpine, but I only got to like the Sepulchre, and I was like, I wasn't enjoying Shaman. Still not that excited by it either. Any other quests here? Nope. We got to do 2 here. Pocket nuke, okay. And kill SI agents, okay. My aim here is I want to get to 47, and then I'm probably gonna call it. And the reason being isn't because I don't want to level this up today. I'd love to get this done today, but simply because we're doing this one on stream, and it. Okay. First one dropped on the ground, but the second one didn't, so I don't know. perhaps I need to... oh, bollocks. I think I might have stolen their kill. Whoops. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. I'll go down this way then.
I require a target.
I don't like being a dick in game. Don't like being a dick in real life, but you know, you can't have everything.
I must get closer. I cannot use that item yet. That item is steel recharger.
Bleh. Oh, I've run out of the area now. Let's try and get up the top here. I'm hovering over this because I know that other player is wanting to press this the moment it...
It is not ready yet. Too far away. That item is steel recharger. I am out of range. Too far away.
I'm to pay attention. You see, I've gone quiet now because I have to look. I don't overkill them. There we go.
Use that item yet.
Done. Excellent. 10,000. Nope. There you go. Right, so I'm gonna fly back just in case there's like a mission to kill stuff before I go over there. I don't want to go over there, fight my way through, do what I, you know, drop my nuke bomb or whatever it is. Where? Although, oh, okay, it's given me the quest. There we go. I don't need to come back. Right. Okay. It's to kill Captain Iceheart and slay 12 Stormpikes.
I must get closer. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I think I...
I require a target.
I've flown out the area, but that's because there's one of these. And one of those. I'm getting close. I reckon complete this little section. Should be into 47. which would be good. Even better if I... Whoa! Okay. That was a bad idea. Okay. That really didn't help me much, did it? 6. Wow. That'll teach me. Although, to be fair, taught them.
I need mana first.
Find this Captain Iceheart. I'm sure he's got loads around him, so... Captain Iceheart. He's in this area.
Too far away.
Okay, so that's 2 there. He's... Oh no, I thought it was him, but let's keep going until we get him. I'm assuming he spawns here, given that... There he is! Say hello to Captain... Captain Birdseye. Captain Iceheart, folks!
I need to target something first.
What will you require?
Right, what we got to do now? Sergeant Rufus! Where are you? Well, very close to... I was going to say very close to 47. But there we go. So close.
I cannot attack that.
Might as well finish this section. Longer stream today, you'll be glad. Right. So let's go up to here. Captain Crudbeard. The other thing I've not considered is like one of the other things that Warcraft introduced was the idea of heritage armor. Was that if you leveled a character from 1 to 120, then it rewarded you with armor.
I do not have a target. I must get closer.
So yeah, so every race that you level up from 1 to 100, 1 to 6, 1 to 50 now, 1 to 60, I don't know, but 1 to max level. Oh, I need to poison people. So let's. Oh. Oh, they are. What? What? That's. Right, so I can have braces, 48. So let's take the braces. We want that one. Still no headpiece. Or neck. Right, what we got to do now? Slay engineers. This is quite a big quest part, actually. Oh, here we go. Where are they?
I am out of range. Too far away.
I don't know if it's still here, but there used to be a quest round here, kind of maybe just round here, where you basically did Plants vs Zombies, and you got a free pet out of it. But I might have removed it from the game. I'm not sure if that's. I hope not, because I don't think I ever got the pet.
Too far away. I am out of range.
This feels like a lot of work to do for quests. The quests.
I need to target something first.
They say this is kind of quick XP, but it just feels like. I mean, the quests are enjoyable because I don't think some of these I haven't played. But at the same time, I'm like,
Too far away. I must be closer.
I don't see how they can be. I don't know. Still, we are 47, so I am gonna save completing this until our next stream.
Out of range.
But I will be. I'm going through my DK at the moment. Oh, yeah. Or my second DK. I've got a third one to do as well. I felt like, why do I need multiple DKs? But I play them, I really enjoy them, and I'm good at playing them. So the way I look at it is, if let's say Frio, but let's say one of the what's the BFA raid with Cthulhu? If that turns out that you can solo that with a DK, well, if I have 3 of them, I can, you know, do them 3 times. Which you might say, well, why would you ever want to do that? Well, the reason is that if there's a mount that, you know, 1 in 100, then being able to do it 3 times instead of once per week would be beneficial. Right, so we're going to go and hand these in, and then we are probably going to log out for the day. Done 3.5 hours stream today. So, it's good. We feel like we've accomplished a lot. I feel like we're really close, getting close to the getting the character to 50. Uh, 53 way.
Go forth to victory. Speak, friend.
So now I suspect we're going to detonate all our explosives. I'm hoping I'm getting a ton of XP for this, because that took quite a bit of work to set those bombs. Still no helm, cloak, or hands. Give the hands because they're all. I'm so tempted to do this bit because I know that that's kind of one of the last bits, although there is some extra stuff. I think you've got all this round here to do. And I think they got rid of Arathi Highlands, did they? Yeah, they did, didn't they? They got... Oh no, Arathi Highlands is there. Whatever was that around there then? There was a zone and they merged it into this one. Anyway, right, doesn't matter. Right, we are going to find where the inn is. There we go, it's in here. Cool. And right, so so today we leveled up the druid a lot further. I can't remember what we started on. 42 was it? Don't know, but we've actually made quite a bit of progress today. It feels like, and they're now level 47 and probably a half. So we have got a bit of work to finish them off. I suspect that when we finish Hillsbrad, we may have still have some to do. Apparently the next place to go is Gorgrund, back in WoD. But I would suspect that our next session, next stream, we're going to get them to level 50. I'm working on this character off stream at the moment. This one I was doing, my monk, Nightborn out. Monk I was doing in Pandaria, but it was really laggy, so I left that. So we will then probably, we've got these, we've got a Death Knight, a warrior, 2 warriors in fact, and paladin to do. This one I'm not sure what I'm doing with, but they're probably not being leveled up. So we've got a few more to do, but I suspect we're going to get them all done by the 10th. And then I would say most of these characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, these characters are already probably geared ready for Shadowlands. The rest will need to be taken through whatever the pre-patch event when that comes on the 10th. And then we'll be ready. There's obviously other things we can do. Where there are some at the moment, there is a buff for reputations from Legion and BFA, and I have a couple of BFA reputations that are fairly high but not exalted. So I've got like the Mechagon one, and I think the Black Empire one, the ones that came with the last patch of BFA. I've still got them to do. So we've got stuff to do there. We've got Class Order Hall stuff to finish off. We started that on the Rogue. We didn't get much further with that. So, and then we've got boring things, I suppose, which maybe we do on stream, maybe we don't. Sorting out an inventory, kind of clearing quest logs ready, putting stuff in banks, getting all ready. Might be an interesting stream, might not be, who knows. That'll probably be more of a chatty stream, that one. So, there we go. Where were we? There we go. So, we're getting close. Not quite there today. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't quite decided yet. I've got some things that I was supposed to do today. I haven't done because I have had a busy morning. So it may be that I will regain that time tomorrow afternoon to get that stuff done. But otherwise, if I don't see you over the weekend, I hope to see you on Monday. So have a great weekend and see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.